Hey guys, it's Nian again with Game 2 of the Grand Finals of the ASUS Republic of Gamers tournament. And this game will be between SKMC and LiquidTaeJa. SKMC, the red Protoss, spawning up in the 3 o'clock position of TSL4 Metropolis. And down here in the 6 o'clock position, it will be LiquidTaeJa. This game for the first and second place of $13,000 for the winner, I think, and $6,500 for the second place. So quite a big difference, and of course these two players are two of the best in the world at the moment. MC, the number 2 Protoss, and LiquidTaeJa. I can't remember if he's number 1 at the moment. I know he's been dominating in some tournaments. He's got 2 consecutive best of 4 finishes in GSL. Well, I don't know that. I think that I'll need to check that in Liquipedia. And then MC has already won 1 GSL, came second in the last GSL to the number 1 ranked Protoss, which is LGIM Seed, which has completed the trinity that Seed have of Nesty, who won a GSL championship as Zerg, and I think it is I shouldn't forget this, but they also have a Terran who won one of the earlier GSLs. I think I can't remember who it is. I want to say Boxer, but that's Slayer's Boxer. It might be MMA, but I can't remember. There's too many players floating through my mind at the moment, which is a tiny bit weird. But vastly improved graphics from the other game. Some slight lag issues on scrolling, but that should be okay. I might just turn it down a tad. But Gateway and then Cybercore going down from SKMC, as well as an orbital and a Soul Marine for TaeJa, and another supply depot to stop him from being blocked. Well, supply blocked, and to wall him in. Barracks going in quite an odd place. TaeJa has a habit of hiding barracks in odd places, and this probe will head on up and manage to get a scout in before anything else happens. Factory goes down from TaeJa, so presumably going to do a 1-1-1 build. Last game we saw Hellion drop in the main, but that was quickly thwarted by MC. And just going to scout up here, TaeJa with the SCV. And just keeping on pumping out drones. Warp Gate tech just started, and Stalker about to... Well, it's not about to, it's just started as well. Alongside an assimilator for MC and a refinery for TaeJa. Factory almost finished up. And look, and I think, yes, that wall is going to be completed with the 3rd supply depot. Barracks is going to float down into the main base. I think MC must have seen it. If I just find MC's vision. Why is it always switched to camera mode? Actually, no, I don't think he did see it. So, oh, he saw the factory, so he knew that there must be base. So yes, going to be 1-1-1ing with Tech Lab for factory. So presumably Cloaked Banshee. That's the normal early gameplay that we see with Tech Lab, because you can't really get battle cruisers that early on. Possibly Ravens drop a couple of auto turrets in the mineral line would be quite annoying. But oh no, going to swap that out for Startport, so yes, going to definitely be one of those 3 options that I said before. So Marines just going to keep popping out every now and again, and Stalker as well as, well, nothing really much happening for MC, managing to keep his money low with probes, just making a ton of probes. Surprised he hasn't expanded yet, and considering that it's beginning to lag out a tiny bit with just probes and mining, I will just pause for a second to alter my graphics settings again. So And I'm back. I don't think that you should have missed me all that much, given that in your time frame I would have been gone for less than a second, probably only one frame, possibly two, so about 2/25ths of a second, or 1/12 if it's capturing at 24 frames a second, and it's capturing at 25. So, tiny bit smoother now. At least it is on my end. However, I think I've locked the frame rate, so it should just keep recording at a smooth 25 for you, unless it gets so sort of laggy that it just doesn't. But Stalker's going to keep getting warps in, and here's MC doing his Phoenix, well, getting ready to do some Phoenix harass. However, this might actually begin to counter, yeah, there's Banshee and Cloak is on the way as well. So this might actually begin to counter the Cloak Banshee, sort of, if he begins to get detection. I don't think TaeJa would have seen that. No, he didn't see that in the scan. He just saw 2 warp gates. However, since there isn't a 3rd or 4th warp gate, I think MC must, not MC, I think TaeJa must be thinking that there is something else. And there is a probe being attacked by a Hellion at the natural, as well as a creeped out island. And yes, the Phoenix spot the Hellion, not Hellion, the Banshee. It doesn't have Cloak yet, so it goes down. And now MC knows what is up. To quote JP McDaniel, Marines come in, and Phoenix get a good scout on the 111 that has happened. So, just going to watch as this Hellion dies, and the Robo going down for MC, as well as another, I think that's a natural for in a weird place. That's a very weird natural expansion for LiquidTaeJa, as well as even more Banshees and ground weapons as well from the engineering bay that just finished up. Robo pretty much finished. And those Phoenix is going to come in from the west, and no, it's not the west, from the east. Getting slightly distracted by the fact that I'm actually beginning to drop some frames for some reason. And the command center begins to float off. It will take some damage from the Phoenixes, but not before it lands. And I think the SCV, the one SCV that's stored inside it, will just get instantly picked up. Or will it? He waits until all the Phoenixes have gone, and does he remember that he's got one? No. So, might be slightly delayed on that SCV. But the Phoenix is just going to go back home. And then Stalkers and Zealot going to come in. And the Banshee with Cloak now. Does MC have detection on his mineral line? Yes, he sees that Cloak Banshee. Will he be able to take it out before it gets out of range? No, however, I don't think he's noticed this one as well, which could signal trouble. And the Phoenix is just going to start to hang out. And the Stalker's getting pushed back by the Marines. And they should all be taken out. Does he have stim yet? No. If he had stim, they would all be dead by now, because he could just stim up and run in. But by that time, MC would probably have blink as well. So, might be a close call. Unless you're playing the Trial of Xel'Naga on the Stormer map, where all tier 1 units can get basic blink. Which led to quite a funny battle between a Blink Zealot and a Blink Marine. I think that was White Ra versus Bomber in the finals of that. And yes, Stim is now coming along after that engagement, as well as a bunker there, if I can find it. Yes, bunker to defend the choke at the natural. There is, of course, a back entrance to the natural, which goes on to the intended third, I think that is. However, quite often you see players take up here as a third instead. However, it is harder to keep hold of. But Phoenix is going to fly in, see if they can do any damage, as well as the Stalkers. Stalkers are beginning to push in, beginning to get micro back. That one's going to go down. Turn on health bars. Will the bunker finish up? Because when the bunker finishes up, those Marines can just hop in the bunker, or one Marine can hop in the bunker. And I'm getting major FPS drop for no apparent reason. I'm not sure if you are. So apologies if that's happening. Bunker gets quickly repaired by all the many SCVs and mules that are down there. Mules will probably have spent their 90 seconds on this world better by actually mining things. But anyway, Stim halfway done, as well as Vikings coming out to counter Phoenix finally. For MC, we're not seeing much, seeing 2 probes, as well as 4 Raxes for TaeJa. So he is really going up into mass bio by the looks of it. And those Phoenixes deterred by the presence of a missile turret in the natural line, and beginning to take down all the units that he finds. That poor Marauder can't shoot at the air because I presume he can't lift his arms above his head because they're too heavy. But you'd have thought they'd have hydraulic assistance for that, because if he did, he'd pretty much be a flak turret on wheels. On wheels, flak turret on legs. But I suppose that's the reason for the Thor being there. And those Vikings are on move command, so they're going to get taken out unless they can pull something out. And they land, however, they can get picked up. I don't know if MC will... Yes, there's a pickup. And the Stalker's coming back to the front. That Viking gets picked up and it will get killed off before anything else can happen. All the workers rushing forwards to heal the... well, not to heal, to repair the bunker. Will MC... Yes, he decides to start lifting the workers. And the workers attack. Will anything come of this? My mouth is starting to get dry and need a glass of water. But other than that, will they manage to get through the... I don't know why he's so obsessed with the bunker, but he can't see that there's only 1 Marine in there. I think this might... If MC decides to go up into the main, then I think he might find that he's pretty much won. TaeJa just managing to hold on by the skin of his teeth. How many workers have died? Oh, it's actually pretty even at the moment. MC has killed 4 more workers. And more units. But now here's the effects of the full bio push coming, and stims and begins to take down everything. So if MC had that SCV just hanging out on the half-built barracks, well, not even half-built, 8th built barracks, but if he'd actually pushed up into the main, he might have actually seen that he could have won. And I'm a bit surprised that that barracks is sitting so that it's not directly on the tech lab, which is a bit strange, but oh well. Maybe he means to move that barracks into the tech lab spot, possibly. But MC beginning to move on home, and TaeJa's production really kicking into effect. MC investing in 4 sentries, as well as 2 Twilight Councils. Presumably he wants to get Blink and Charge exceedingly quickly, as well as unlocking 2, 2, and 3 upgrades. And TaeJa's production line is just amazing at the moment, because he's spent so long TaeJa's in for a macro game at the moment. He's not doing any of his bunker rushes, which he can actually pull off surprisingly well, or 1-1-1 cheeses, which he tried to do earlier, but he has transitioned into a massive macro game. I think MC's main might be getting yes, MC's main is beginning to get heavily mined out, and now his natural is going to start getting heavily mined out. Zealot's warping in for MC as well. Combat shield and ground armor coming in, as well as Blink starting for MC. Will Charge come down once he hits 200? And no, a Phoenix. So I'm not sure what the point of getting 2 Twilight. At least I think the thing said 2. I don't actually know where the other one is. Oh, that's strange. The thing up the production tab said there were 2 coming down, which is strange. But now dual forge, so going to go for massive upgrades now. Because at the moment sitting on 0-0, which is quite problematic when you're sitting against TaeJa, who has 1-1 already, pushing for 2-2. Probably at the moment he's getting 2-1. But also beginning to reactor up quite a lot of those production facilities. So TaeJa now settling down into a massive macro game. He's probably just going to be able to do a massive push. This might even finish off MC, however he does have a pretty good composition. Can Guardian Shield out of those sentries, can trap some Marauders in, and focus down some Medivacs. As well as Zealots being good against pretty much any unit if they can charge, but I don't think that there's charge. He's getting Templar Archives for High Templar as well, so if they ball up, because TaeJa's that much of a baller. Ha ha ha. Such a good pun. He says completely unsarcastically. So there's also an armory, so presumably he's going to go and get some armor upgrades, or we might be seeing a Thor or battle cruiser at some point. However, there is no tech lab on the starport, so we're not going to be. Oh, we need a fusion core, not an armory. I forgot about that. I don't play Terran all that often, but when I do, I make sure to battle cruiser rush. I don't really, because that would be probably one of the most stupid tactics. And there's a stim, and will he be able to take down the Phoenix before they start taking down? And there's some force fields stop him being able to get most of his army. Oh, and excellent force fields trapping the mainly bio army in. Are there any High Templar out? Because this would be a perfect opportunity for a storm. No, I don't see any High Templar. There aren't any. Oh, if only MC had High Templar. But he did manage to get quite a lot of kills there. We hop into the units lost tab. 62 killed to 38, so pretty much double. If he had blink, he could blink forward and begin to take down those. Phoenix is taking out all the Medivacs, however, though they're going to get taken down. The blink forward takes down a good proportion of the Marines, however, they are probably going to get healed up. And MC backs off. If he continued, I think he might have actually been able to get anything, because not that much there. However, TaeJa probably does. No, TaeJa doesn't actually have. Oh no, he does. I thought that was 3-3 coming. But TaeJa now getting 2-2. Yep. So the factory producing proxy Hellions, because why not? Might have been the thing that brought MC back. And factory going to cancel and take off. Will TaeJa be able to get it? Quite a lot of Stalkers now focusing it down, but they are completely unupgraded at the moment. So blinks forward, tries to get even more hits on it. It's now on fire, so if there's no SCV nearby, it might well go down. 88, 61, and the factory bites the dust. And it's probably the most excited I've sounded all game. Yeah! Then there's a third going down for MC, as well as Storm, 75% done, 1-1 pretty much done, but TaeJa has 2-2. TaeJa well known for getting the upgrade advantage. And another MMM ball, which is pretty much what TaeJa did to MC last game and won. However, it's a different map. I think that MC's learned and has a different unit composition. This is mostly Zealots. Still has quite a few, well, I say still, he has quite a few High Templar, 3 to be exact, and they're going to have Storm pretty soon, so if he can get some good Storms down, then he'll probably have, well, he'll probably be able to push forward. Takes the rocks down, Dustin Valder's favourite unit. There's the SCV, sees the third, and just hangs out, nothing much happening, but then proceeds to die. And there's just a single Marine, blinks forward to take down the Marine, tiny bit of overkill, but oh well. Observer sees the massive MMM ball heading out towards him, and then TaeJa backs off because I think he realizes that, I might have seen that stalk. I think he might have seen the stalkers and the zealots and then put 2 and 2 together and gone. He actually has a pretty good army. But the zealots hanging back for now. Stalkers, I don't think they quite know the full extent of the army, because this will probably be suicide. I think the Marauders have concussive shells. No, they don't. I would have got concussive shells, but the High Templar move up, so possibly going to see some storms. And now mixing in the zealots and sentries, so both players are going to go for quite a big ball, and just jostling backwards and forwards for space over the Arcturus Menk statue, I think that is. And this could possibly be the final engagement. And storms go down on pretty much all of the units. Oh, pro force fields there, trapping some of the Marines. However, it also traps his own zealots inside the force fields. Will those force fields go down in time for these zealots to be able to charge through? Quite a lot of zealots have gone down, and I think at the moment TaeJa is definitely winning this engagement. One High Templar goes down, and from what I'm seeing at my 5 frames per second, I don't know how many you're getting because Fraps doesn't tell me that, but hopefully the zealots can clear this out for MC. I don't think he'll have enough. I think there'll definitely be too many. I know there's no more storms available. He's expended all the energy. Yeah, only has 48 and 53. However, the zealots are churning through the all the other units. The force field stopping them from pushing forwards. However, MC decides to retreat, pull it back, and will we see those go into Archons? That's the main question at the moment. MC really needs to begin to warp some units in. A good storm goes down on there, but TaeJa pulls back, had already split the SCVs off beforehand. And I think that TaeJa might just win. Archon's now morphing in, going to try and get some splash damage. Will there be more High Templar? That Archon is going to go down pretty quickly. What are upgrades like? Only only level 2 and charge coming up. Charge really should have been researched earlier, because then he would have just demolished all these Marines and Marauders, because charge does a world of damage. But the Stalkers are going to go down, then it's just an Archon and a bunch of sentries. The probes are pulled. I think that TaeJa is going to take game 2, and this is going to go through to game 3 in this best of 5, I think it is. So we are going to go on to match point for first place. It's either best of 3 or best of 7. I think it's best of 3. Not best of 3, best of 5 or best of 7. I think it's best of 5. Probes just trying to run for it. MC desperately trying to... He's ahead in supply, but if we go to the army tab, TaeJa just has a superior army. And once those Stalkers go down, he won't be able to warp in anything else, I don't think. Because TaeJa's basically coming into the main base now. Those probes aren't going to do much against those 3 Marauders. And the Marauders win, taking down Supply Depot. But I think we should be seeing the GG out of MC any second now. Trying to hold on to the last possible minute. And there's the units in his main. And there's the GG from MC. So TaeJa takes this game, and now it's 2 games to 0 in the finals of the ASUS Republic of Gamers. And I will see you in the next game, which will be game 3 of 5.